Hello ladies and gentlemen, SeKo Caffeine Craft, pounding back some coffees and finishing up the finals of the GO4SC2 monthly tournament here. Hyun versus Shuttle. Shuttle, blue Terran, bottom right. Hyun. Zerg top left, and been killing it on the foreign tournament scene that I've been watching lately. And very different games we've seen out of Shuttle so far between the two of them. Some kind of cheesy stuff, some kind of mid-game pressure stuff, a little bit more macro stuff, all kinds of stuff. We'll speed it up slightly here at the beginning, because I'm expecting on this map for them to be a little bit more macro focused. We shall see if that is the case. I was thinking about what pro players really do in between kind of the big turns they're working on, and I know that they practice all the time. But I wonder how many of these kind of little tournaments they get involved with. I mean, it's not a little tournament. I think there's like $1,500 a month, £1,500, which is nothing to be ashamed at. I mean, that's obviously a decent amount of cash for going out there and playing a few games. Well, he actually traps in. I'll just chase that guy around for a little bit. He'll see that there's a gas taken. Maybe he'll go for a gas steal. Who knows? But when I was thinking about these guys and playing these kind of foreign tournaments, I always wonder if they get involved in some like really small local tournaments where there's no really solid talent and just walk over a bunch of people, make like $50 for some back alley StarCraft tournament. Good air. We don't see a command center down. In fact, we see the other gas. That might have just been done so that the Zerg player couldn't take it. Ooh, Reaper. Funky. Well, that did delay the Reaper slightly from getting across the map. So we should be able to get out both the queens before too much damage happens. But I'm going to see just the CC on the low ground. Reapers are generally good enough to be able to keep your SCV alive during all that. What I have seen people do to deflect the Reaper attacks, I know that Suppy is kind of a fan of this, is what you make is a handful of Lings and you run them past the Reapers, and you go and put on the pressure on the Terran CC, force the Reapers to go home. Still making drones, Queen's about to pop, speed is on the way. Uh-oh, well, just get out of there. Now that there's two Reapers, these Zerglings are in a little bit of trouble. Not the drone. Oh, he doesn't actually get it. That's really surprising. Natural regen for the win. Units wise, starting to pull out a little bit of a lead for the Zerg player. The command... What? Did he kill this? No, he didn't. Why didn't he kill those? He did exactly what I was talking about. Well, I guess that's one thing you could do. I'd have been a bigger fan of trying to slow down the command center, personally. That was a little strange. I know you can dipsy doodle with your SCV by stopping and starting the production process, but still, I think that would have been more worthwhile to focus on than delaying the landing of buildings by 5 seconds. But he's Hyun, and he kicks ass, so I'm not going to question the Hyun. Speed's about finished, so Reaper Harass really won't be that effective anymore. Fucking up some rocks, because that's what kids do these days. This has become almost a certain third base for any Zerg player. It takes so long in the early game to knock down these rocks that you can't really defend. Whereas you will see a lot of times Terrans and Protoss move into this base as their second, because they will have the army up on two bases to be able to do such a thing. We have the Roach War, and we've seen a lot of Roach play out of Hyun. I think it's good. It deflects almost all the early pressure. It does help you get supply blocked, which is super cool. Ooh, Widowmine's out nice and early. Front shall be just fine. Keeping up on the SV production. Pretty early armory there, so it looks like it's going to be Hellbats once again. Something that Shuttle seems to enjoy quite a bit. These two players have really shown their preference a lot in this game. Though we haven't seen Shuttle get a lot of Hellbat damage in. Because I think the early roach pressure that we've seen out of Hyun has really stopped the ability for the Terran player to just apply a lot of their units to drops. You need them at home to defend. Rocks are going down. Looks like a much more macro-centric style coming out of this game so far. We do have the third CC on the way for the Terran player. Units-wise, pretty good lead on workers out of Hyun. Just gonna go take the watchtowers. I think he saw that, or if not, he got close. Yeah, the Lings are coming home. These Lings will still get rock and rolled by Hellbats. What is he making at home? Oh, a spine and a spore. Why not? It looks like there's a lot more late game focus coming out of Hyun here. He doesn't want to worry too much about these kind of drops in the future. And we've seen a lot of the drop action out of Shuttle from this, tournament so far. So obviously it's worthwhile. Ooh, bigger drop. Just use more Hellbats. That seems to work. Now, one spine and a spore won't stop a drop from doing damage completely. How many workers did he get with that? He's got 4 so far. It's alright. But what they will do is delay, because you need to individually micro all of your Hellbats to make sure they don't focus down. Oh, big hits. Really big hits on some of those Hellbats. Loses 2 Hellbats and 1 medevac, and this other one's pretty damaged. Up to 14 worker kills, though. That's pretty okay. That is somewhat trapped. The queen could probably move around the other side. Huge pile of workers came out. That's the trouble about doing this kind of damage with a Terran player when you're at kind of low-level leagues. Is you come in, you do a bunch of damage, you kill some drones, and then you lose your shuttles and your Hellbats, and then the Zerg player just makes another 20 drones and makes it all back again. Looks like he's just going to trap that shuttle in there. It's kind of funny. He'd have to move that spore back, and he'd probably be able to get it for sure. No 4th base yet. A little surprising. Figured that'd be on the way by now. Looks like he went for a double drop. Huge worker kills still. Oh, he didn't get off that last shot. What did he get there? Another 7, it looks like. So units tab. Still doing okay for Hyun. Once again, he can make those back so fast because he's hitting his injects. Keeping his money low. Hasn't had to go for a macro hatch yet. Karen's going to knock down the rocks. Upgrades on the way. Stim finished up yet? Does not look so. It should be, though. No, it is done. Just doesn't show on the units. Combat shield should be finishing up right around the same time as 1-1. So we're in a good position to move out and do some pressure. This game's actually looking a heck of a lot more standard than the other games we've watched between these two so far, where I'll actually get into some mid and potentially late game compositions. All the other ones have been like, oh, I want to go kill you now. It worked and I win, or it didn't work and I just lose. Kind of a ragtag army of a lot of different units. Lots of Widowmines. Obviously Widowmines are really good, but they can be pretty easily countered by somebody who knows how to deflect them. Gets a few free shots off before the Widowmines were able to trigger. Almost got the second Widowmine as well. Did take out a queen, lost a Hellbat for it though. Looks like he'll run around the outside for a drop. The rest of the units are just going to go home because you won't be able to contend with what Hyun is bringing to the table there for units. Third base is down and just getting saturated. Still more workers in production for the Terran player. Zerg player's going to make a few more, but it's getting pretty close to the cap that he wants to hit. This doesn't look like him. It might have been scouted. We don't have any units back in the main, though he is spreading creep in here to be able to surround them better. Might be able to get a cancel on this. There is great position on these units behind the lines, and the Marauders are there to be able to do really good damage to buildings. He doesn't want to lose all these Lings to this Hellbat, which it looks like he will anyways. He's just going to focus down the hatch. Should get it without too much problems. Just needs to pick up now. Just needs to pick up now. He does pick up. He was focusing on his army over on this side, trying to deny creep. A lot of Widowmines, but they're all in one spot. Ooh, great drop action here out of Shuttle. Actually really throwing Hyun off track. The Spire is down, but I don't know if the Mutas are really going to make a huge difference against all the Widowmines and Marines. Wow, this guy's all over the place with these medevacs. Oh crap. Holy crap. That was sick. Huge damage out of those Widowmines. It was so good. Mutas are out now. Medevacs do have boost, so it looks like they'll be able to get away. He's focusing down. He got down one medevac. And he gets down two. He gets a couple Marines out, but they're going to go down pretty easy. Next army is ready though for our Terran player. Oh, he had to cancel all those banelings. That's pretty poopy. We'll have to retreat. That's too many. Well, 2-2 is almost done as well, so this is a pretty good timing for the Terran. Missile turrets now down for the Terran player, so he shouldn't lose much to any type of mutalist harassment. Fourth base hasn't even been started yet for Hyun. He's got lots of minerals he's floating right now as well. Is he making these? He's making them all on the wrong side of the map, I feel. He's not going to be able to get those home very fast to defend. Oh crap, Widowmine. Explodey. Still a couple Widowmines that haven't gone off yet. Really good hits on those Widowmines there from Shuttle. Looks like Hyun wants to just go for a counter. It might work. If these Widowmines get down though, they will be able to do a lot of damage to these Mutalists. Holy crap, he lost all of his banelings. Oh man. Well then. Just drags him into another Widowmine. It's fine, Shuttle is not really up by that much supply considering all the damage he has just done to the Terran player. The Widowmine hits have been so sick this game. Fourth base is on the way, but it's also already up and done for the Terran player. Gonna build missile turrets. He might even planetary fortress that up just so he doesn't have to worry about it for runbys. Gets a couple of hits there, but once again the Widowmines come to the rescue. Oh boy. Widowmines. Tons of damage. More Widowmine hits. Just crushing through the Mutalists. Looks like the Mutalists are pretty much all going to go down anyways. The Terran player will be able to pick up and get home. Yeah, he is making it into a planetary. He just doesn't want to worry about this part of the map. Focus more on going down the middle. Hyun's still keeping in this. He's falling behind in supply. His economy is worse. The Terran's already moving on to 3-3. Well, the Zerg player's on 2-2, but his 3-3 hasn't even started yet. Those Zerglings really didn't get anything done. Planetary is going to be up in 2 seconds anyway, so he doesn't have to worry about it. He's going to try and knock down the rocks. Looks like we had another drop to the north. Shuttle's playing a really heads-up game right now. Doesn't manage to get too much damage done with that, but those drops do really throw off your opponent a lot. Trying to knock down the rocks. If the rocks go down, well, it did kill the Widowmines, but not before they got their shots off. That's actually kind of funny. I've seen people do some really smart moves where you like force field people against the rocks and crush them just for shits and or giggles. Lots of Mutalisks here. He's got to control them good or he's going to lose them. Hyun is struggling to keep up. Terran's pretty badly supply blocked right now, and it'll be a while unless he drops down some supply cooldowns. Just a handful of units running forward, getting the Widowmines in place. Not the worst spreads. Did have to throw away pretty much all those banelings on that attack. Tried for another drop. Did cost a lot of banelings on it once again. Just dipsy doodling in here a little bit, trying to be as cost effective as possible. Go with a little pickup. Yeah, I don't know if that was the best move there. That kind of got blown up pretty fast. Terran player is not being harassed at all. just free to keep up a good economy and keep pumping out armies. Widowmines do survive that. Only 2 get triggered, but almost 3 of them get killed off. Actually, most of them got pretty badly damaged from those banelings. Hyun has really built himself back up in economy. He is getting out the Ultralisk down and the Greater Spire at the same time, but he's not building up a bank like the Terran player is. So the Terran player is in a better position to be able to afford to trade these armies. It's a lot of baneling losses there, but he does take the supply lead, but it's not necessarily that critical. He does have a upgrade disadvantage. This is a pretty funny stare down right next to each other. Not really much of a Terran army behind this to support. It looks like he is pushing down to the south, but that got hit pretty hard. Shuttle has lost quite a bit of supply here. These drops really haven't been super effective. He's going to manage to focus down almost the rest of the Mutalists though, and that's always a good thing. Shuttles are going to make it home. Still, they haven't got these cleaned up yet. That's hilarious. Fighting a queen, just cuz. These guys are actually 7 kills, 3 kills, 8 kills. They're pretty hero marines. 28 workers lost so far this game for Hyun. Looks like he's going to go for a bit of a flank from the south. He still hasn't killed these rocks though. Looks like he'll focus it down a bit more. He's going to try to deny the Terran third. Big Widowmine hit to clean up all of the Zerglings. Shuttle takes another huge supply lead. Might be able to... Oh wow, the Terran just scouts that up in time. That was pretty fortunate. Maxed out Terran player with huge upgrades. There are Ultralisks coming out for the Zerg, but there's already Marauders on the field right now. And it's still 2-2. Hyun has been neglecting his upgrades for a lot of these games. I'm actually quite surprised by that. 11 kill Widowmine. Just being a baller. Gotta start burying these Widowmines, spreading them out a bit. Banelings don't really get that good of connects on anything. Here come the Mutas. So many Marauders in here though, they should be able to really toast these guys down pretty fast. Yeah, these Marauders are getting sliced through right now. And the GG from Hyun. Really nice game out of Shuttle. We finally get a game to really see how good he plays. Because some of the other games he kind of got walked over a little bit. This game I think he had a really great strategy and managed to get up the economy he needed to support it. Not a bad game out of Hyun, he just couldn't really wrap himself around the lead. And the Widowmines just damaged him far too much. Anyways guys, thanks for tuning in. We've got the rest of the series coming up for you here real soon.